Hello guys and welcome to our channel Knock to Know. This happened about 8 years ago when I was 21 and working as a camp counselor for Camp Tommy in Fishkill, New York. The place is basically a bunch of cabins in the woods on top of a mountain, each cabin a half-mile apart from the other, so you're pretty isolated in the woods. One night, about 1 a.m., I was sneaking off to meet my camp girlfriend, as was usual, and was cutting through some woods to get in her cabin. Suddenly, I heard rustling in the woods and stopped to investigate. There are bears or other animals, so I was expecting something like that. This 3-foot-tall humanoid type thing suddenly jumps out of the bushes and looks at me. It's too dark for me to make out any of its features, other than it was standing on 2 feet, had 2 arms, and basically looked just like a miniature person without any feature. Just looked solid black. If it had no clothes on, I would have been able to notice that. I was curious what it was, so I started walking towards it, and it spooked, bolting back into the woods. I'll never forget how mechanical it looked as it took off running. Its whole body basically shifted 90 degrees and just took off. I have never seen anything on 2 legs run that quickly, so I was pretty confused about what it was. I'm a pretty fast runner and fit person in general, but this thing was on another level of fast. As much as I try to make sense of it, I still today have no idea what it was. It was very human, but too short to be a human. 3 feet tall is about accurate, and I don't know how a human could run that fast anyway. I have no idea, but it's always bugged me. Maybe one day I will go back and try to find this creature. This second incident I'm going to tell you about is an incident happened with a guy named Jason, who was a resident of America. I cannot reveal the location of the forest to you because he might get in trouble because of that. One night, me and my fellow ranger were walking back to our cabin after the patrolling. Then we heard someone else's voice, which was very strange, as if he was trying to forcefully copy the screams. But we thought some campers got into some kind of trouble, so we rushed to help him. We started following that voice, and after walking around 20 meters, we saw a man sitting in the middle of the bushes from the back. We asked, "Do you need help?" but he didn't say anything. I again asked him, but then what we saw you will not believe. Its face was like a goat skull. Then the eyes were boned. We saw that the height, which was about 5 feet, now it has become 7 feet, hanging in the body. There was flesh and some bones, and the creature was very thin and looked like a giant skeleton. He mimicked our voice, just as we asked him before. "Hey, who are you? Do you need help?" We thought of escaping, but he was trying to block us. Then my fellow ranger took out a gun from his pocket and fired 2 shots directly at him, and he ran away. We too were left there in shock for a few seconds. Soon after that, we immediately left for our cabin. We were in extreme fear. Next day, we told our senior officer, but we were asked to keep our mouths shut. If you liked the story, please like, share, and subscribe the channel.